One of life's greatest challenges and greatest opportunities, finding your own place in the world. Most people drift through life, living by the expectations of others, following the well-worn paths of family, friends, or society. But true fulfillment, real achievement, and lasting happiness come only when you have the courage to step off the conveyor belt and ask, what do I want my life to stand for? Where is my place, my purpose, my unique contribution? Let's be honest, it's easy to get lost in the noise. From childhood, you're handed maps drawn by everyone but yourself, parents, teachers, social media, the ever-helpful neighbor who's convinced they know what's best for you. But here's the secret most never discover. You alone hold the pen that draws the boundaries of your world. Finding your place doesn't start with a job application, a college degree, or even a grand ambition. It starts with curiosity, a willingness to look inward and ask real questions. What energizes me? What values make me proud? When do I feel most alive? If you listen carefully, your passions and strengths will whisper the truth. Ignore them, and you'll spend your life running someone else's race, always wondering why satisfaction slips through your fingers. The world rewards authenticity. The marketplace is crowded with copycats and followers, but true leaders, the people who make an impact and carve out their own niche, are those who dare to be themselves. Your quirks, your experiences, your unique blend of talents and flaws, they're not obstacles, they're clues to your true place. Begin by noticing where you naturally excel. What do others come to you for? When do you lose track of time because you're so absorbed in what you're doing? These moments aren't accidents. They're signals pointing you toward your purpose. Write them down, reflect on them. Over time, you'll see a pattern, a thread running through your life that points to where you're needed most. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try new things, meet new people, put yourself in unfamiliar situations. Sometimes your place in the world isn't found. It's created through action, learning, and a healthy willingness to fail forward. Remember, your comfort zone is a lovely place, but nothing ever grows there. Growth demands a little discomfort, a few stumbles, and the courage to get back up. Finding your place is not about waiting for a sign or a perfect opportunity to fall in your lap. It's about choosing, acting, and refining your path as you learn more about yourself and the world. The road may twist and turn, but each step brings you closer to a life that is truly your own, a life where you wake up energized, go to bed fulfilled, and know that, whatever happens, you are exactly where you're meant to be. The search for your own place in the world is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey. Some people waste years waiting for clarity, hoping the universe will deliver an engraved invitation to their destiny. But in truth, the path is made by walking, not by waiting. You discover your place step by step, choice by choice, experience by experience. Start by embracing self-awareness. Set aside time for honest reflection. What activities make you lose track of time? When do you feel most proud of yourself? What do you wish you could spend more time doing even if no one paid you? These aren't idle questions. They're the compass points that guide you toward your true calling. The more you listen to these signals, the more your authentic path reveals itself. Don't let comparison steal your vision. It's easy to look at others, at their careers, their lifestyles, their highlight reels, and feel as if you're falling behind. But remember, you're not here to live someone else's story. Your place in the world is as unique as your fingerprint. What fulfills someone else may leave you empty, and what excites you may baffle others. Honor your own blueprint. Take risks, not reckless gambles, but courageous steps outside your comfort zone. Apply for the job that excites you, even if you don't meet every qualification. Start the project that scares you. Say yes to opportunities that stretch you. You learn as much from your failures as your successes, often more. Each experiment, each stumble, is data information you can use to refine your direction. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, not those who chain you to old versions of yourself. Find mentors who have walked their own path, friends who cheer you on, and colleagues who respect your unique contribution. The right relationships give you courage and feedback. The wrong ones sap your energy and dull your ambition. Remember, your place in the world will likely change as you do. The goal isn't to arrive and set up permanent camp, but to keep evolving as you gain new skills, new insights, and new passions. Be willing to reinvent yourself. The most successful and fulfilled people are not those who found their place once and clung to it, but those who kept searching, learning, and growing, no matter their age or circumstances. Above all, give yourself permission to be imperfect. Progress is messy, and the path will have its detours. Celebrate every bit of clarity, every step forward, and even every lesson learned from going down the wrong road. Each experience brings you closer to the life that fits you and only you. As you continue your journey to find your own place in the world, you'll encounter plenty of crossroads moments when you wonder if you're headed in the right direction or if you've wandered off the map entirely. These crossroads are not signs of failure, but opportunities for course correction and growth. In fact, the people who find the richest sense of purpose are often those who've dared to explore many paths, not just the straightest one. One powerful way to navigate is to pay close attention to your intuition. That gut feeling, that inner nudge, is not just superstition, it's your subconscious mind gathering information faster than logic alone can manage. When something excites you, pay attention. When something drains you, pay attention to that too. The body keeps score, and your energy is one of the best compasses you'll ever have. But intuition is only part of the puzzle. You also need clarity. Take the time to write down your goals, dreams, and values. Make lists of what you love, what you're good at, and what you want to contribute to the world. Patterns will emerge. When you see your priorities in black and white, it becomes easier to make decisions, what to pursue, what to decline, and where to double down your efforts. Take bold, small actions. Many people wait for perfect confidence before making a move, but here's a secret. Clarity comes from action, not the other way around. Apply for that opportunity, volunteer, start that project, sign up for the course, or reach out to a potential mentor. You'll learn more from a single real-world experience than from a year of daydreaming or overthinking. As you try new things, be honest about what you enjoy and what you don't. There is no shame in changing your mind. Life is not a single-choice menu. Sometimes the most powerful step is knowing when to quit what no longer serves you, so you can channel your energy where it matters most. Don't forget to celebrate your progress. Finding your place is a journey, not a race. Every bit of clarity, every new skill, every connection made is a step forward. Take pride in the courage it takes to keep moving, even when you're uncertain. Reward yourself for every risk, every effort, every lesson learned. Above all, practice patience. Most overnight successes are years in the making, hidden beneath layers of trial, error, and quiet perseverance. Don't let impatience rob you of the satisfaction that comes from building a life on your terms. Trust the process. Keep listening, keep learning, keep adjusting. You are not lost, you're exploring. With each step, you get closer to a life that feels not just successful, but truly your own. The adventure of finding your place in the world is one of the greatest gifts you'll ever give yourself. Perhaps the most liberating truth on this journey is realizing that your place in the world isn't found, it's built. Too many people waste precious years waiting for an external sign, some flash of destiny or fateful handshake that tells them you've arrived. But the world doesn't work like that. Fulfillment comes not to those who wait, but to those who build, shape, and sometimes reinvent their own opportunities. Think of your life as a canvas, not a map. A map shows you where to go, but a canvas invites you to create. Every experience, every risk, every relationship is a brushstroke. Even your setbacks and detours add color and depth. The masterpiece emerges over time, not in a single moment of revelation, but through patient, persistent effort. Be proactive. Take initiative even when you don't have all the answers. Reach out to people whose work inspires you. Offer to help, ask questions, and open doors for others without waiting for a formal invitation. When you act with generosity and curiosity, you find that the world responds in kind, often in ways you could never predict. Adaptability is a secret weapon. Life is in constant motion, industries change, opportunities shift, and your own desires will evolve. The people who thrive aren't those who cling to one plan forever, but those who can pivot, reinvent, and stay open to new possibilities. Embrace change as a partner, not a threat. Let your values be your anchor. The external world may swirl with noise, but your internal compass will always point you toward what feels right, authentic, and meaningful. If you ever feel lost, return to your values. Ask yourself, am I living true to what matters most to me? If the answer is no, adjust your course without guilt. Your place is not a fixed location, but a direction that you choose again and again. Build a support network. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, challenge you, and remind you of your strengths on the tough days. Seek out mentors, collaborators, and friends who want to see you grow. Share your journey, your struggles, and your victories. Community multiplies your courage and expands your vision. Remember, every season of life brings its own opportunities. Sometimes your place is front and center leading, building, or creating. Other times it may be behind the scenes, learning, supporting, or resting. Both are necessary, both are valuable. Your worth isn't measured by your title or spotlight, but by the authenticity and impact you bring to every role. Above all, trust the process. You are becoming the person you need to be for the opportunities yet to come. Keep building, keep learning, and keep reaching. Your place in the world is waiting for you not at the end of a road, but at the intersection of your action, courage, and unwavering belief in your own worth. As you continue to build your place in the world, remember, progress rarely moves in a straight line. The path to fulfillment is filled with twists, turns, and the occasional pothole that rattles your confidence. That's not a sign to give up. It's proof that you're actually moving. Growth is messy, but so is greatness. The people who end up living extraordinary lives are not those who always knew exactly where they were headed, but those who kept moving, kept asking, and kept adjusting along the way. When an opportunity feels right, seize it even if you feel unprepared. When it turns out differently than you hoped, don't count it as failure. Count it as wisdom earned and experience gained. Reflect often. Make it a habit to pause and ask, what have I learned from this experience? What strengths did I uncover? What would I do differently next time? Self-reflection isn't about judging your mistakes. It's about extracting value from them. Each lesson is another brick in the foundation of your unique place. Resilience is your ally. The world doesn't always reward effort right away. There will be setbacks, closed doors, and long periods where progress seems invisible. In those moments, stay committed to your journey. Perseverance isn't glamorous, but it is the one trait every fulfilled person shares. The more you bounce back, the stronger your sense of direction becomes. Stay curious. Don't let your skills or your perspective stagnate. Learn something new each season, read a challenging book, travel to a different place, start a side project, or simply ask deeper questions in the conversations you have. Each new experience expands your understanding of what's possible and helps you fine-tune where you belong. Share your journey with others. Be honest about your uncertainties and setbacks. Authenticity is magnetic. When you own your journey, warts and all, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are not, just for what you accomplish. Your story will inspire others to step out and search for their own place too. Celebrate the wins, big and small. Maybe you discovered a new passion, finished a project, or simply made it through a tough week with your sense of humor intact. Each milestone is a signal that you're creating a life on purpose. Don't wait for a grand finish line to acknowledge how far you've come. Above all, keep faith in yourself. The world will always offer reasons to doubt, but your progress is proof that you're capable of more than you think. Your place in the world isn't found in a moment of clarity, it's built day by day, decision by decision, with courage, resilience, and the willingness to keep searching. Finding your place in the world isn't a solo act, it's a symphony built on connection. As you move through life, the relationships you form shape your direction as much as your individual talents or ambitions. Seek out those who challenge your thinking, open new doors, and believe in your ability even on the days when you doubt yourself. Mentors are invaluable. Sometimes, a single conversation can provide more clarity than a month of soul-searching. Reach out to people who have walked their own unique paths, not just those who fit the standard definition of success. Ask questions, listen deeply, and absorb their wisdom. A mentor's story will remind you that every journey is different, every struggle normal, and every achievement earned. Peer support is just as powerful. Find friends who cheer your growth and celebrate your milestones, no matter how small. True allies push you to be better, not to stay comfortable. They hold you accountable to your goals and remind you to enjoy the process. Healthy competition with those you respect can spark breakthroughs you'd never achieve alone. Collaboration expands your world. Sometimes your place is discovered not in isolation, but in the energy and creativity of a team. Join groups, volunteer, or work with others on projects that matter to you. Collaboration exposes you to fresh perspectives, unexpected solutions, and new directions you might never have considered. Don't be afraid to outgrow relationships. As you clarify your values and pursue your unique path, some connections will fade. This isn't failure, it's a sign of progress. Let go of relationships that drain your energy or hold you to an outdated version of yourself. Make space for new connections that align with your current goals and your emerging sense of purpose. Learn the art of networking, not as a shallow exchange of business cards, but as the genuine building of community. Be interested in others, offer help, and share your journey honestly. The more you contribute, the more opportunities return to you. Sometimes your place in the world will appear through a chance conversation, a shared project, or a friend who sees your potential. Remember, the right relationships don't just support your search, they amplify it. Surround yourself with people who spark your imagination, challenge your thinking, and encourage your growth. Their belief in you will carry you through the rough patches and inspire you to reach higher than you could alone. Your place in the world is both chosen and discovered, step by step, with the help of those you meet along the way. Embrace the adventure, invest in your connections, and keep moving forward. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. Just make sure you bring a few good friends along for the ride. Sometimes, the most important step in finding your place is learning to listen, really. Listen to yourself. The world is full of advice, noise, and endless shoulds. If you're not careful, you can spend years chasing someone else's vision of success only to find it doesn't fit when you finally arrive. True fulfillment begins with the courage to trust your own voice, even when it goes against the crowd. Silence is powerful. Take time for solitude, reflection, and honest conversation with yourself. Turn off the noise and ask, what do I want my life to feel like? What would I pursue if I wasn't afraid of judgment or failure? Which activities energize me and which leave me drained, no matter how impressive they seem to others? The answers to these questions are your compass. When your decisions come from a place of honesty, you may find that your true path looks nothing like what others expect. That's not a weakness, it's your greatest advantage. Your individuality is your edge in a world obsessed with conformity. Don't let fear of disappointment, yours or anyone else's, keep you from experimenting. Most people change course many times before finding a path that feels right. It's not wasted time, it's essential learning. Each false start, each misstep is a vital part of your education. What matters is not how quickly you arrive, but how faithfully you explore. Sometimes the world will push back. Friends may question your choices, family may worry, colleagues may wonder why you're not following the usual route. Accept their concern with gratitude, but don't let it derail you. Your job is not to convince the world of your path, but to walk it with integrity and persistence. Learn to celebrate your wins quietly. You don't need outside applause to know you're making progress. Notice the subtle signs, a new sense of energy, an unexpected moment of joy, or the calm that comes from living in alignment with your values. These are the true indicators you're moving in the right direction. Protect your boundaries. The more you know yourself, the easier it becomes to say no to what doesn't fit and yes to what does. Boundaries are not walls. They are the framework that lets your real strength shine. By honoring your needs and priorities, you create space for growth, creativity, and genuine connection. Your place in the world is not out there, waiting to be found. It's within you, waiting to be claimed. The more you listen, the clearer your direction becomes. Trust your journey, stay curious, and don't be afraid to write your own story, even if the world expects you to follow a script. With each step you take toward discovering your place in the world, you become more resilient, more adaptable, and more self-reliant. You learn to see obstacles not as stop signs, but as invitations to dig deeper, get creative, and strengthen your resolve. This is where true confidence is born, not from having all the answers, but from trusting yourself to handle whatever comes next. Let go of the myth of certainty. Life rarely provides guarantees. If you wait for everything to line up perfectly, you'll spend your best years standing still. Progress happens when you act with courage in the face of uncertainty, when you bet on yourself even if you can't see the whole staircase. Each move forward builds momentum, and momentum breeds breakthroughs. Expect setbacks and use them as fuel. The people who make a real impact in the world are not the ones who never fail, but those who keep showing up, learning, adjusting, and refusing to let disappointment define them. When you hit a wall, pause and ask, what can I learn here? How can I turn this challenge into an advantage? Sometimes your greatest growth comes from moments that seemed, at first, like dead ends. Stay flexible in your approach, but relentless in your vision. Your place in the world may evolve with time, but your commitment to living authentically should remain steadfast. Be willing to pivot, to change tactics, and to reinvent yourself as needed. This is not a sign of confusion. It's proof that you're alive and growing. Invest in your strengths, but don't fear your weaknesses. Sometimes the very thing you see as a flaw is your hidden advantage. Maybe your unconventional perspective is exactly what's needed to solve a problem. Maybe your struggle has given you empathy others lack. Own every part of your story. Nothing is wasted if you use it to move forward. Share your experiences. As you gain clarity, let others benefit from your journey. Mentor someone just starting out. Share your lessons with friends or your community, or simply encourage those who feel lost. When you help others find their way, you reinforce your own purpose and widen your circle of influence. Most importantly, keep your sense of humor. The journey to find your place will include awkward detours, unexpected surprises, and the occasional faceplant. Laugh at the missteps, learn from the rest, and remember that no one has it all figured out. The courage to try, to risk, to be seen as a work in progress, these are the traits that shape a meaningful, memorable life. Your place in the world is not a destination, but a way of living. Each day you choose to act, reflect, adapt, and grow, you're claiming that place-owned decision, one lesson, and one leap of faith at a time. The final secret to finding your place in the world is this. It's not about perfection or even completion. It's about living each day with curiosity, courage, and the willingness to shape your own story again and again. The most fulfilled people aren't those who've reached some mythical finish line. They are those who show up for life, ready to participate, to learn, and to grow, no matter where they are on the journey. Give yourself permission to change course when needed. Your place may look different at 30 than it did at 20, and different again at 50. Each season of life will reveal new gifts, new challenges, and new opportunities to make a unique contribution. Don't mourn what you leave behind. Instead, celebrate the freedom to choose what comes next. Stay open to wonder. Let your sense of possibility guide you more than any plan or prediction. Sometimes, the best doors appear when you least expect them through a chance conversation, a bold risk, or a quiet moment of reflection. Say yes to adventure, even when you feel unready. Growth happens in motion. Make your own definition of success. The world will try to measure you by titles, trophies, and milestones, but only you can decide what truly matters. Maybe your greatest achievement is building a loving family, helping others, or pursuing a craft with quiet devotion. Your place is where you find meaning, where you can give and receive, where your days add up to a life you're proud to call your own. Leave a legacy of authenticity. By living true to yourself, you give others permission to do the same. Your example becomes a light for those still searching for their own path. Be generous with your encouragement and honest about your struggles. These are the gifts that ripple out long after you're gone. Finally, remember to enjoy the journey. Finding your place is not a chore or an exam, it's the great adventure of your life. Celebrate the discoveries, savor the milestones, and never stop reaching for what lights you up inside. The world is vast, filled with possibilities waiting for someone bold enough to claim them. So step forward with intention, shape your days with purpose, build your place one choice at a time, and trust that you belong right here, right now, exactly as you are. The world is richer because you dared to find your own place within it.